We're recording. Says so. All right, we're back. Brady's is Roger Goodell, week 8. Let's get into it. Power rankings. A little mismatch. First up, Chicalo dropped 150. Once again, he took an L to Bob, who dropped 188. So there's not really much you could do there. But Joe Mixon and Derrick Henry look unstoppable. So Chicalo's going to stay number 1. Number 2 is Selman. Got another win this week. 130. Not bad, but mainly due to CeeDee Lamb dropping 41 points. But I believe Tillman, he does have Cedric Tillman, right? Yeah. Someone got Cedric Tillman, which is a good pickup. He's been going off these past 2 weeks. And then Nico Collins and Isaiah Pacheco, I think, are returning very soon. Maybe this week, 4 weeks. Yeah, Nico Collins got hurt in week 5, so he could be returning this week or next week. So very good for Selman's team. Third, we got Jimbo. I believe Jimbo took an L. He did, but he also dropped 156. I mean, Nick Chubb kind of still getting his feet wet, but Khalil Shakir's been looking good. Baker's been playing well. Najee hasn't done bad. Justin Jefferson hasn't really scored touchdowns this year, so once he gets that going, Jimmy's team's still pretty good. Got to give it to him. Fourth, Eddie dropped 171. Good matchup. Kyler Murray's been playing well. So is Jaden Daniels. So he's got 2 excellent quarterbacks. James Cook has been all right. Garrett Wilson hasn't done much, but he's starting to figure it out, I think, with Devontae for freeing him up a little bit. And then Montgomery scores every week, so not much to it. Tizo's 5th. Tizo took an L, but 140. Very high scores this week. Got to give it to him. Jonathan Taylor's back. He looks pretty good. Kyron Williams, he looks pretty good. Thought George Pickens was going to do a little better, but Flacco's coming back, and Pittman played better with Flacco, so we're going to leave Freeman at 5. Then we got me moving up at 6. I also dropped 140. Yeah, I like my team. Bijan's getting pretty good. Marvin Harrison's kind of figuring his way. Once Amari Cooper gets his feet wet, I think we'll be pretty solid. 7, Foster. Foster looks team's pretty good, I would say. I mean, he got Devon Achane back, who looks good. Tyreek Hill to his back, so those offensive players are going to start getting back. And then Jaden Reed's been a little quiet, so I think he's going to start breaking out real soon. I'm still liking, and he's got Tracy on the bench, who looks like the RB1 in that New York office. 8, Brady is fat and ugly. Thanks, Hojan, once again. Hojan has been played very well these past couple of weeks. I think scored 140 in 3 out of the 4 past 4 weeks. So I got to give it to him. Drake London didn't even do much this week. Brian Thomas is out, so that's going to hurt him. Doesn't have much depth. He's got Tank Dell on the bench. Yeah. 9, Bob, league high, 188 this week. Went off. Jalen Hurts, 35. Saquon didn't even score, which I needed him to. Busted my whole parlay. Mir Gibbs has been playing well. Kyle Pitts played well. Ladd played really well. So it's a good trade for me and Bob. Embaum moves up 1 spot. He dropped 160 this week. I think his team's finally coming into fruition, getting all back together. Having Cooper Kupp back is huge. And then Trey McBride looked good. So Travis Kelce. And then D Hop getting traded. Calvin Ridley might be that guy. I think he had like 100 receiving yards in the first quarter. So Embaum's team's getting hot. Ty took an L this week. You're still down there because you're low, least in points. And no one really did anything for your team. So Darnell Mooney looks like you're saving grace, though. And then finally, what everyone's been waiting for, Kittis is finally in last, as deserved. He didn't score 100 points, so I'm kind of folding on his team now. When you're starting Carson Steele, you don't really have much room to work with. So, and Kittis does not have a very good bench. So he is 0-8 and in dead last. All right, let's go to sleeper. We'll look at last week. So me and Ty, I took myself, as I was correct. Pretty good. I mean, Ty only had Ramondre, who scored 23, and Zay Flowers 20. Didn't really get much help anywhere else except Darnell Mooney. I had Cade Otton 29, helpful. Marvin 25, Bijan 24, and then Jordan Love getting hurt kind of fucked me. But otherwise, all around, solid effort from the team. Solid effort. And then you can see your benches here. I didn't have anyone playing on the bench because everyone on my fucking team is hurt. And then Ty Yeah. Might want to get rid of Justin Fields, Ty. Chicalo, Bob. I took Chicalo. Gave an L. Sorry, Chicalo. But yeah, as I mentioned before, Jalen Hurts 35 because he had 3 rushing touchdowns and they wouldn't give the ball to goddamn Saquon Barkley in the one. When he does all the work, they just tush push. Jalen Hurts is so good. Fucking just a tush push. But yeah, everyone played well. Ladd, 2 touchdowns, 32 points was big for Bobber, and Kyle Pitts, 2 touchdowns, 25. Really kind of put them apart. Anthony Richardson's bench, might want to drop him. Bucky Irving looked really good. Yeah. Let's go to Selman and Foster. I took Foster. Thought Selman was going to have a bad week, and I really liked Foster's matchups more, but did not go to what I thought. Probably because CeeDee Lamb had 41 fucking points. And yeah, as I said, Devon Achane back. Tyreek Hill looked better. Rashad White played pretty good. James Conner's touchdown machine. J.K. Dobbins has been solid all year. And then when Jaden Reed starts getting back into it, Jordan Mason hurt once again. Doesn't help Selman either. But as I said, Jalen Warren came back. He looked pretty good. Cedric Tillman on the bench with 28. And then Christian Watson and Pat Freiermuth, 19 yards, screwed my parlay once again. And then Eddie and Kittis didn't break 100. So that's why he's down and dead last. But yeah, Kyler Murray played well. Dave Montgomery, touchdown, obviously. 9 carries for 33 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's what you get from David Montgomery. Chase Brown looks like the lead back. Garrett Wilson's getting better. Debo would think is hurt. Brian Robinson he's been pretty good actually. Brock Bowers for a tight end, 10 is I'd take it. AJ Brown didn't do much. James Cook 30 really helped. And then Carlson 16 is a big one. But yeah, having 2 QBs dropping over 20 consistently is pretty good for your squad. And then Zach Charbonnet, and he's got Puka on the bench. So he's got a pretty solid team. Yeah, I saw you Travis Etienne and Gus Edwards hurt, but your team's still 0-8, so you're dead last. Freeman, Chicago, very good game here. Josh Jacobs, 27 points, really helped Chicago, and Brock, 26 is pretty solid. I didn't realize he had a rushing touchdown. Jamar Chase is kind of back. Drake London didn't really do much, and so dropping 140 when one of your best players doesn't have much, it's good game. Good game. Yeah, Michael Pittman, as I said, Joe Flacco's coming back, so hopefully he'll get better. Brian Thomas is hurt, Hojan, so you're going to need to throw Tank Dell in. 19 points from the Lions defense. Wow, I did not know that. But yeah, Freeman's also got Jacoby Myers. He's been playing pretty well ever since Devontae got traded. So it's a good matchup. And then we got Jimbo versus Dirty Randy. As I said, Dirty Randy's team looking a lot better than the previous 5 weeks where I think he scored 100 once. Breece Hall didn't even have that good of a game. But everyone else surrounded his team. It's called a support system, folks. And that's really good in fantasy. When your star player doesn't do anything, everyone else supports them. It's kind of like basketball in a sense. Or football, when you got Bryce Young and everyone else just sucks. Yeah, good week. Good week for everyone, actually. A lot of points scored except Kittis and Ty. So let's take a week. I went 1-5. So the past 2 weeks, I've been 2-10 altogether. And I'm 22-20 on the year. That's pretty rough. I started out 20-10. Freaking shooting 67%. Now I'm not gonna do that math because I can't, but I'm barely over 50. So I guess first game, me versus Chicalo. Yeah, I'm gonna take Chicalo considering his team puts up about 150 every week. And Joe Mixon's playing the Jets. Don't know how they're underdogs, but I'm gonna say Houston. It's probably gonna dominate considering Jordan Mason ran for 150 yards when they played the Jets. So Joe Mixon's gonna have a field day. This will be a good game. Amon-Ra probably be high scoring. Not sure how I feel about my matchups. I don't really like them. K-Don versus Kansas City hasn't been very good. So Chuba Hubbard versus New Orleans is not going to play well. Don't really have anyone else I could throw in for him. So I am going to take Chicago. Bob versus Ty. I'm going to take Bob. Jacksonville's defense has not been very good, and he's got 2 Eagles players. So I'm gonna take Todd or Bob. Three Eagles players. Wow. Yeah, I'm taking Bob. I don't really know how not loving Ty's matchups. I don't hate them. I just like Bob's matchups a lot better. I guess we'll show you the bench too. Kiddis versus Foster. Kiddis projected to win, but I'm not sure. Brian Robinson, AJ Brown against Jacksonville might have a big game. Not sure about Vikings against Colts with Flacco playing. Ooh, Jacksonville against a tough Eagles run. The Dunze, Arizona's defense hasn't played horrible. They haven't been great. I'm going to take Foster. Kiddis is zone 8 for a reason. Maybe I gave him luck, but I don't know. I think Dolphins, Bills is always a pretty good game, so I'm going to think their two players are going to come in hot. Not sure Rachaad White's the play here. I'd probably play Tracy Foster. Oh, you are. Nice. But yeah, I don't think Rachaad White might not do anything. Chiefs have a really good run D against running backs, so if he's catching passes, that might be good, but running the ball, I don't think he's going to do much. Eddie versus Selman. Hmm. I'm going to take Eddie. I think his matchup's a lot better. Dave Montgomery's probably going to score. Bills, I think, are going to win the game, so I'm going to take James Cook to score a touchdown. I'm not sure CeeDee Lamb's going to do much. I mean, he's still going to get points, but I don't think he's going to have a 40 week. I think the Falcons actually win that game. And Chris Olave is going to torch the Panthers. That one's for certain. And I think Tariq Woolen and Witherspoon are out. Not sure if both of them are, but I think Puka is going to have a big game against Seattle. And I'm I think Eddie's got this one. Jimmy versus Tizo. Oh my God, Jimmy, how are you projected to score 84? Oh, and Diggs is out, and George Kittle's out. Who you got on the bench? You got DK coming back, but you're gonna have to play Roshan or someone. So I am gonna take Friedman. Jimmy doesn't have a full roster right now. I'll take Freeman. And then Hojan versus Dirty Randy. Caleb Williams, interesting play there. Hojan. Um, I'm gonna stick with the hot hand here in Hochi. Yeah, I'm gonna stick. Patriots usually have a pretty good defense. Christian Gonzalez is probably gonna be matched up against Calvin Ridley. Um, I know Chicago's got a pretty good defense, so I'm gonna I'm gonna take Hojan here. I think Hojan's team has been playing better, and some people had some big weeks last week, but I don't know. I just like Hojan's team better, so I'm gonna take him. We'll get a look at the standings here. Selman in first, behind Chicalo, then Jimmy, then Bob, who is 5-3 miraculously. So is Ty. Don't understand that one. But the least amount of points scored by a large margin just behind Kittis. Wow. And Bob. But then Eddie, Dirty Randy, Hojan, Foster, Friedman 2-6, Ruff, and then Kittis 0-8. We'll take a look at transactions this week. So I picked up Josh Palmer because Christian Kirk got hurt and Mike Evans is out, and I don't have any receivers anymore. And Amari Cooper was questionable. So having a real storm. Chicago picked up Stafford, and Bomb picked up Calvin Austin, who had a great game on Monday. Picked up Parker Washington and Gabe Davis and Kayshon Boutte. I got a lot of people hurt. Bojan picked up Julian McLaughlin. Freeman picked up Eagles defense. Eddie picked up a kicker. And then Bob Picked up Birds kicker, go figure. Texans D, dropped Anthony Richardson. Oh, we already did it before I said it. Nice move, Bob. Elijah Moore was dropped by Boone. I picked up Saints D. Oh, no, that was M-Bomb. I was about to say. Foster picked up Bengals D. I dropped Jalen Polk, picked up Titans D. Then Bob picked up Jalen Coker, who's been really good these past couple of games. And then let's get into it, which everyone's been waiting for. Cardinals -3 did not hit. I know. I'm aware. Well, I got Cardinals -1. I meant Bears did not hit last week. 4-3 on the season. Cardinals -1 against the Bears. I'm fading the Bears this time, not rolling with them. So, and that is it. We'll be back next week. Happy Halloween. And go Tech.